Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. It's day 3 of our affirmation challenge, and I'm Julia. I'm a mindset coach here to help you to realign with your true, radiant, abundant self and help you manifest your dreams into reality. And today is day 3 of our affirmation challenge. For those of you who don't know it yet, I have posted an 8-hour affirmation tape on my YouTube channel that is accessible for everybody, and you can just go and look at my videos. You're gonna find it there. It's, as I said, an 8-hour affirmation tape, and it's going to help you to reprogram your subconscious belief system. And today we are going to talk about how to recognize old patterns and old beliefs when they are showing up, and how to deal with unpleasant emotions in the process of shifting from your old self-image to your new self-image. Because what we're really doing here with this 8-hour affirmation tape is helping you reprogram your subconscious mind for abundance in all areas of life. And with the 8-hour affirmation tape, you're going to notice that it's going to be very, very easy. But at the same time, when you're transitioning from your old to your new self-image, obviously there are going to come limiting beliefs, they're going to come up, old behaviors are going to surface, all emotions are going to surface, anything that you suppressed previously, anything that you haven't dealt with. And do not worry about it, because your affirmation tape is going to help you to really make sure that you recognize the patterns and that you shift into abundance anyway. But there are a few things that you can pay attention to that are going to help you to really make sure that you are staying in alignment with your abundant self. I think the first week, the first 10 days can be more challenging. After that, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. And the more mindful you are in this process, and the more you believe in yourself, and the more you soothe yourself when unpleasant emotions come up, obviously the easier it's going to be for you to shift into abundance. It's always available. You can always shift instantly, so don't worry about it. But today we're going to cover how to deal with those challenges when they come up, how to deal with those old beliefs. And first off, if you want to think of yourself, or I want you to think of yourself as being like a story. Your self-image is like a story that you're constantly telling yourself, and you've picked up on beliefs that are part of the story, and you have told yourself thoughts over and over and over again since you were a child. You've picked them up somewhere. The thoughts became beliefs through repetition, and they sunk into your subconscious mind. And now this story, all these thoughts that were connected to emotions, are now in your subconscious mind. They are beliefs, and they are forming your self-image. Yeah? So your self-image consists of the beliefs, and the beliefs consist of thoughts that were repetitively told to you until they became a part of your subconscious mind. And as a child, your subconscious mind is very wide open. You don't really filter it, so you just take on whatever comes your way. And what we're doing with the 8-hour affirmation tape, we are going to reverse the process. We are going to recondition your mind to think thoughts and to believe in a reality that is actually good for you. Because the thing with your subconscious mind is that whatever you feed it, that is what it's going to spit back out, so to speak. So if you have a thought about yourself that you're not worthy, then your subconscious mind is going to create circumstances in your life that are going to reflect that back to you. And that's actually why some things might be popping up in your reality that you think, oh, this makes me feel so unworthy. You might probably not even think of it in that specific way, but what it actually mirrors back to you is that core belief. And if we're lost in the story and in the circumstances, we are having a hard time to recognizing the belief. So let's get into it. So, when you listen to the 8-hour affirmation tape, you probably notice that all that I'm saying there is very positive, conscious, abundant. It's basically the reality that you desire. And you need to think of your new reality as being completely abundant, which doesn't mean, for example, that it's impossible for a challenge to show up. But if you are your abundant, your true, your radiant self, then you are going to deal with those challenges in a very confident, in a very free, and in a very conscious way. So there's not a real problem arising because you're fully trusting yourself. You know that you're creating your reality. You know that you can deal with everything. You trust life. You trust the universe. You trust yourself. Basically, you're in a state of trust, in a state of presence and consciousness. Now, what happens when all beliefs show up or all patterns show up? They make you feel like there's this big problem. They make you feel really separate. They make you feel... they trigger you into a state of lower consciousness. And whenever you feel that trigger, that feeling of there's a problem, like a really strong problem, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling apathetic, afraid, blocked, paralyzed, really, really angry, then you know, okay, all beliefs are surfacing and there's nothing wrong with it, but you don't want to react from that place. You want to look at that place. You want to curiously observe what is happening and relate to that part of yourself that is making itself visible, that is showing up, for you to be able to look and see through it, for you to be able to love yourself more, for you to be able to really integrate that part, so you're not coming from a low consciousness state any time in your life. So whatever shows up, I think that's the easiest way that I could frame it. Whatever shows up in your life that is unpleasant gives you the opportunity to shift more into abundance. Because whatever shows up that feels unpleasant and that has power, that makes you feel like it has power over you, gives you the chance to own more, to own your emotions, to own anything that comes up, and to grow stronger, to expand, and to be more love, to become love, to become consciousness, to be non-reactive, and be really, really intentional in your reality. So that it's really not a bad thing if all patterns show up. Really, you can even, I don't want you to think of it as a good thing either, because you can look at it from a non-judgmental place. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what comes up, because whatever is going to come up, it's either going to make you stronger or you're just going to enjoy it. So if something comes up that you feel like, oh, that's an old pattern, then just stay conscious and allow yourself to find out where is this coming from, what is this trying to tell me, and really use your intuition there, because you're gonna know why things show up. If you're having repetitive patterns or cycles in your relationships, no matter if it's in one relationship or in more relationships, then you're going to see after a while, well, I always attract this kind of behavior, or I'm always manifesting this kind of behavior in myself when I'm with this person, or when I'm with a person, or when I'm with my partner. And you're going to start to understand, oh, this is coming from lack, or this is coming from fear. And when you see that, you can ask yourself, all right, how would I deal with that if I would be completely confident, if I would be love, if I would be in the end state? Yeah, so whenever something arises that comes from that lack perspective, those are the old patterns, this is your old reality, and you don't want to react from that place. So I hope this makes sense to you. If you have questions, feel free to comment, feel free to put your questions in the comments, or to write them in right now. And now after we talked about how to recognize all patterns and beliefs, I would love for you to also know how to deal with unpleasant emotions when they come up. And before I dive into that, just quickly one thing that I just forgot. All beliefs, you can also recognize them really when you believe in something, when you're sure of something, and it feels like a wall in your reality. When there's something and you feel like, okay, I can't overcome this, I can't deal with that, I feel paralyzed, I don't know what to do, then you also know that there's a limiting belief in between you and what you want, because what you want is always available in your abundant reality. And if you would allow yourself to just believe that, then the question of how would not be so... you don't need to know how to get there if you really believe that it's possible. So how you recognize an old belief is by just seeing that you are trying to figure out a way. You're like can you see the energy that I'm putting out? Like, you're anxious, you're trying to figure it out from an unpleasant energy because you don't believe it's gonna happen. Now if you think of something that you're really confident about, and if that you think is very easy in your reality, for example, going to yoga class tomorrow or on the weekend, you're not trying to figure out how that works because you know it's easy, it's gonna happen, you know where to go, you know that it's easy for you to figure out how to get to your yoga class, and you're not worried about it. Now, the trick with manifesting and with getting into alignment is to know whatever you want, to know it into being. And that means that you're not worrying about it. You're not worrying about if it's going to happen or not. Am I going to be in that relationship or not? Am I going to make that money or not? Am I going to spend time with those people or not? Is this conflict going to resolve or not? You're not going into that state because... or you would not be going into that state with your yoga class because you're completely certain of it, and that's the energy that you put out there. Now, what you want to do when all beliefs arise is to realize that you do not need to figure things out. You're going to attract the right action. You're going to manifest the right behavior from a place of confidence. And what you want to do first, before you go into manifesting anything, is really align with yourself and really align with that space of inner certainty that what you want is coming to you. You don't need to figure it out right now. It's going to come with you in divine timing. And I don't mean that you will never take action, but when you're coming from a place of confidence and stillness and peace of mind and just alignment, then you're gonna know what to do. You're gonna get the insights. You're gonna get the hints. It's going to figure itself out for you, and I would love for you to come from that place of trust. So now, and if you have questions for that about that, then please put them in the comments, and I'm gonna address them in a video in the future, because we have 21 days. I'm gonna make a live video every day. So, unpleasant emotions. Now, I've already talked about this, and I said that if you are in a place of anxiety or lack, then you should not try to manifest, because you're not stable enough and you are not, you don't have the focus that you actually need and the confidence that you actually need in order to create a change that you're currently looking for. And also, when you're coming from a place of lack, it's just not working. It's not going to bring you the results that you want, because you're gonna fall back into lack. You want to be in abundance unconditionally. And that's really the most important step, is to get into alignment. And I've talked about this before as well, but let's readdress it. So many people are trying to do this. They're in lack. Let's say they want a relationship with somebody, and then they're trying through their behavior to attract the people into their lives, or to change their circumstances, to change whatever is going on for them. Or they're trying, if they're like more spiritual, and they're trying to manifest through their thoughts. And the thing is, if you are not happy with yourself and you are not pleased and you're not feeling good about yourself, then there's really no point in trying to attract anything else into your life, whether it's a relationship or whether it's money or whatever it is. You need to work on your inner stability. And I don't say that you shouldn't take action. You can take whatever action you feel is necessary in the moment, and you're gonna know. But what you want to focus on, though, is creating inner alignment, because that's gonna help you make it much, much easier in the future. So if you're in a low state of consciousness, you will need to do a lot and to think a lot into... You need to put a lot of effort into creating the circumstances that you want. While when you're in alignment, you're in a higher state of consciousness, then you're gonna naturally attract those opportunities to you and those relationships or whatever it is that you want in your life. So that's why I say, focus on your alignment, focus on yourself, focus on unconditional abundance. Unconditional abundance can also be thinking about the things that you like and feeling good about them. If it makes you feel good to visualize, then do it. You can use those specific circumstances to feel better, but you don't want to be attached and you don't want to wait for them. You don't want to wait for anything. You just want to feel good within yourself. You want to know that whatever you want is coming to you. You are deserving, you are worthy, and you can attract it, and you don't need to worry about how, or you don't need to worry about the timing, because you really do not need anything. That's alignment. You're so happy with yourself. You love yourself. You are love. Then you do not need anything, but you know that you're deserving of anything, and you know that it's going to come to you. And that's a very, very relaxed state of being. And that's how you also raise your energy and feel much better. And that's when manifestations will naturally start to occur. You're not grasping, you're not craving, you're not in lack. You are detached in a beautiful way, detached from whatever is happening, but you're also connected to everything, because we're all one, and everything that you want is already present within you. So that's how I would deal with unpleasant emotions, is shift into alignment. And when they are really, really, really unpleasant, it might be hard to shift into alignment. So in that case, you want to soothe yourself, you want to relax, you want to give yourself some time and space to really do something that is fun for you, to do something for your own self-care, something that is not related to the specifics of the situation that is distressing you. Shift your focus onto yourself and try to just be there for yourself, and just take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself like you would take care of a child or of a good friend. Yeah, so the main message here is relax into alignment, relax into a state of higher consciousness, because then whatever appears to be a problem right now is going to dissolve. It's going to naturally evaporate. I hope this is helpful for you. And again, if you have questions, put them in the comments. I'm gonna address them in future videos. I thank you so much for being here. Make sure to check out the 8-hour tape that I've put on my YouTube channel. Listen to it every night for at least 21 days to make sure to reprogram your subconscious beliefs. Let me know what you think about it. And yeah, if you want more content, go to my Instagram account. I'm pretty active over there as well. And now I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk again tomorrow.